Kevin here with another Flippin' Dork Flips and Finds video where I show you different items I pick up really cheap thrifting and garage selling, and then I sell them online, either on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and different places like that. Anyway, this week starts off with a couple of eBay sales. So the first thing here, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but you kind of can. I might have to still show a picture. These are little tiny toy, it's a toy banjo and a toy guitar called Micro Jammers. This one's like a country twang guitar, and the banjo does banjo music. But anyway, I got them as part of a box of like old 80s and 90s musical toys at a garage sale for $5. And the two things I really wanted out of it, I'm trying to get like over $100 for it, so they will suck up that $5 I actually paid. So I'm considering these free. I listed them. I actually had several people ask about them, so there was some interest, but it took a while to get the person to actually want to buy. But they eventually sold for $19.95 with free shipping. They're not very heavy. They're 9 ounces. They'll go first class. It won't cost that much. So that'd be a pretty decent flip. And, you know, it's not, like I've been trying to do at least $30 profit or above after shipping, after fees and purchase price and all that kind of stuff. These are going to be nowhere near that, but they were free in the box. I had all kinds of stuff in there I'm trying to sell off. As a matter of fact, one of the other things that was considered free already sold. It made my $5 back anyway, so that's just pure, you know, profit in my pocket. Okay, next item here is, you can actually see these. This is a box of pop curlers, Conair Big Curls. There's only 5. It's kind of a small unit compared to most of them I get, but it was complete. And I saw this at Goodwill for $3. And this is one of the, I've mentioned in other videos that the old school ones sell really well, the more modern ones don't. I would consider this a more modern one, even though it's probably from the 90s or early 2000s. Just this more updated look, you know, style one, just they don't sell very well. But the really old, boxy, brown, and like weird mauves and pinks, and just looks like something no one would ever want, those are the ones I always end up selling. Anyway, this I got for $3. It sold for $25 with free shipping. So it'll be, I don't know, probably not too great of a return either because of the shipping. Okay, last item here. I've sold a bunch of these. I keep buying them because they fit in these shoe boxes if you put them in at an angle, and they sell really well, and it is Boppets. All right, this is probably the 5th or 6th one I've sold now. I have another one. And I've kind of figured out the secret sauce on these. I don't know if I'm undercutting everyone or what, but everyone I have picked up has been dirt cheap, like $1 or less. This one was 50 cents. And I sell them for $25 with free shipping. And they're almost always about $8 to ship, somewhere around there. And then there'll be some fees involved. So sell for $25, basically I almost got for free. It's almost not even worth counting that money, 50 cents. But anyway, so $25. Subtract the like $8 shipping, that bring me down to $17, and then there's also some fees on top of that. I'm probably making about $13, $14, $15, something like that on there. So it's, again, not my $30 I want to make, but they're so easy. You know, they fit in these boxes that you get for free. It doesn't hardly take anything. You can take, if you have several, as long as they're all in similar condition. Like with this one, I bought 2 of them the same day. I just took pictures of one, and I put my listing as quantity 2, and then now I don't even have to relist it to sell the next one or make a separate listing. It's just, you know, gonna go till it sells out. Now, of course, if you have one that's broken or scratched up or whatever, you definitely want to make its own listing. But if they're very similar and almost nothing different at all with them, you know, no big scratches or paint mess ups or anything like that, I just go ahead and do it that way. So anyway, that was the sales so far this week. Now, I do have a whole bunch of local items listed that are getting all kinds of interest. I've had all kinds of people contact me about them, but no one has come to buy them yet. I don't know what the deal is. Probably my prices are just a little bit high, but I'm just trying to hold out, just see if I can, you know, squeak out just a little bit more money than I have been. But I don't know, maybe I need to just, you know, drop the price and get this stuff moving. But anyway, I need to go ahead and mail this stuff off, and then we will see what else sells. All right, I finally got someone interested in these tires that I picked up several weeks ago. Man, it took a long time to sell these. I paid $100, and the guy offered $350. I'm just gonna take it and be done. That's a really good turnaround. So I need to go meet him over at the gas station right now. All right, so I did sell the tires last night. Like I said, I paid $100. The guy paid $350. He really looked them over though, because I think he was maybe suspicious why it was so cheap, but hey, I was just trying to do a good deal on it and get them sold quick. And anyway, I made $250 on those. So that was a really awesome garage sale find. Now, I also had 2 sales on eBay overnight. First one here, it's all wrapped up. You're not going to be able to see it, so I'll have to show a picture. But this is a set of 3 AT&T phones, like office phones. Someone in New York wants them, but they were asking if they had any odor because they're going to someone that has like some type of smelling sense. I don't know, some issue with that where anything that has a scent is like a problem. So, I mean, these things won't smell to me, so I don't know. We'll see. But apparently, like smoke and things like that really bothers them. So these, you know, were fine. So anyway, I'll send them out to them. And they sold for $67.95 of free shipping. And all 3 of those phones were found at Goodwill for $3 a piece. So I only had $9 in them. I'll pay shipping, which I don't know what that's going to cost. It might be a little pricey, but that's still a pretty good turnaround, $67.95. Okay, the other item that sold is also already wrapped up. You're not going to be able to see it. I used 2 of those free priority shoe boxes. Just kind of put them together. You can see I had to extend it a little bit. This is the Schwinn approved bike rack. I'll have to show a picture of that as well. So this come on that blue $10 Schwinn bike I bought at a really good garage sale several weeks back. The thing still hasn't sold. It needs work, but I don't know. Someone out there will eventually buy it. So for $10, I you know, have the bike on hand. When it sells, I'll get my money back. So I'm considering this free, and it actually sold pretty well. It sold. I had it listed for $39.95 or best offer, free shipping, and someone gave me an offer of $35. So I'll send that out, and I'm not sure how much it'll cost either, but it should still be a pretty good turnaround, so that's not too bad. So about $100 worth of sales. Of course, I won't make all that on them, but not too bad for you know, overnight. So anyway, let me go ahead and send these out, and we'll see what else happens this week. All right, so I mailed everything off, and then while I was out and about, I decided to go ahead and do some thrifting. And this summer has been terrible for thrifting. I don't know if it's because everyone is doing garage sales, so they're not donating stuff or what. But every time I've gone, at least the majority of the times I've gone, it's been terrible. Just nothing worth rebuying at all. But I did find a couple of things today. Now, I did go to Salvation Army first, and I was trying to see if they have furniture. That's the one thrift store around here where I have found some decent furniture for a low enough price that I can resell. Usually it's dressers, but every once in a while I have a table and chair set that I can sell. But usually if I'm getting furniture there, it's a dresser or a chest of drawers. But anyway, they didn't have anything worth taking today. They did have one, and it was not in very good condition, and they were asking $60 for it. I kind of have a feeling they might be on to me a little bit, because I'm probably the only person that has bought, like, I don't know, 2 dozen dressers for them, you know, and it's always the nice ones. I never buy the junk ones. And I put them on Craigslist and Facebook, so I'm sure, you know, with all their employees there, someone has probably seen them listed, and they're like, well, they've never told me anything, but, you know, they sell it for $30, and then I'm selling it for like $85 on Facebook. You know, I'm sure they notice that. So anyway, they might be on to me, and they're bumping up their prices. So I'll have to see if that stays up, or if that was just a terribly priced item. I don't know. But anyway, there was nothing else worth picking up in the furniture section. I did find this, though. It's a little Jeep. It's an RC car, a New Bright brand. It's like the cheapo ones from Walmart, but people actually take the bodies and put them on really high-end RC builds. And this is the New Bright Jeep Mudslinger, and as you can see, it's painted to look like it has mud all over it, which is interesting. I kind of thought someone might be into that. Now, one of the problems with this one is that the windshield's kind of scratched up, so that might devalue it a little bit. Now, you don't sell the whole thing. What you do is you take the body off and you just sell the body. Now, it's got to be big ones. This is actually kind of small. Usually you want ones even bigger than this. Those will go for really good money. But I decided to look this one up anyway, just because the graphics and the paint splatter to look like mud, I don't know. I just had this feeling. I was like, someone out there probably wants one of these. I looked it up, and I was right. This body, just the body alone, sells for about $20 plus shipping. All right. And what's interesting is that the wheels and tires on this. So if you notice, it's black wheels, black rubber tires, and then they kind of are molded into brown rubber to look like they're coated in mud. And I thought that was interesting, and someone had recently sold some. It was either about $13.95, I think, plus shipping, or like $15, somewhere in that range, like $13 to $15, I think, plus shipping. So anyway, oh, by the way, this had no price, so when I went and paid for it, the guy at the cash register was like, I don't know, how about $1? So I was like, okay, I'll pay $1. So I can turn $1 into maybe 30 to 35 bucks. So I thought that was worth picking up. So it shouldn't take too much to unscrew the body, take some pictures, put it in a box. It's not really going to break. Same thing with the tires. Hopefully they'll sell. I'll make about 30 bucks. Okay, so I left there. I went to Goodwill. Goodwill's been way worse than even Salvation Army. Even though I have nicer stuff, anything that's like kind of worth reselling there, I've noticed lately, at least in the furniture section, is always overpriced. I did buy a bike there, I don't know, a week or two ago. I think I forgot to show it in the video. I'll show it in a minute because I have to go back out there, but it wasn't a very good one. I think I paid $10 and it's worth like, I don't know, 25 or 30. So anyway, I'm looking around today and I look at the bag section, I look at the furniture section, I look at the electronics, I look at the toys, I look at the shoes. It's kind of the places I like to hit up. I didn't see anything. And you know how when you go to Goodwill, they have those carts that come out with new stuff? Well, that was like the very first thing I scanned. Just look through it. Nothing good. You know, walk around the whole store, and then as I'm leaving, I look back at the carts, and I notice this bag sitting on top that I didn't see before. So I don't know, I guess I just looked past it. And it just looked kind of, I don't know, like in nice condition, like maybe it had never been used. But I noticed that it was supposed to have a shoulder strap, and it doesn't have that. So I'm looking at it, and then I'm looking at the stitching, and I'm like, okay, that's actually really nice stitching. That's interesting. It's not like, you know, all wonky in sections. And I'm like, okay, but it's so weird. It's like this shiny, like it's got to be vinyl or something. You know, it can't be a good bag. So then I'm looking through, and I'm trying to find like a brand or where it's made. I didn't see a tag of where it's made, but just looking at the interior, I'm like, wow, that's really nice. Then I see this tag, Lothario. L-E-A-T-H-A-R-I-O, Lothario. So I looked that up and boom, this is a great bag. They didn't know what they had. So it was $6 at Goodwill. I looked up comps. Now they make all kinds of different bags, but new, they all range from about $60 to about $130. Now, I don't think I can consider this one new because I think it has been kind of used maybe once or twice and it's missing the shoulder strap, or it was just like, I don't know, the shoulder strap was missing and some store donated it to Goodwill and then it just got crunched or something. I don't know. But it's in good shape. I'm not really sure where to put the value on this. There was one that was new, just like this, that was somewhere in that like 60 to maybe 90 range. It was pretty high up there. So I don't really know what I can get out of this, especially since it's missing that strap. But I don't know. I'll do a little further research, but at least $40, $50, something like that, I think. So hopefully my $6 can turn into a nice little, a nice return off that. Okay, now also I think someone is wanting to meet me over at the gas station for a bike. I need to check back with them and see if they're going to meet me. But let me show you what I'm about to sell if I have to go over there. All right, so my bike collection is getting a little out of hand. I probably should slow down on buying these because they're not selling as fast as I'm buying them. All right, so the bike that the guy is about to buy, he did just contact me. It's this old Schwinn right here. It's a Schwinn World Tourist. Got it for 10 bucks at a garage sale along with the JCPenney bike there, also for 10 bucks. It was in decent condition. It probably need new tires. I test rode it and it worked fine. And then the shifter broke on me and the cable come off. So it kind of hurt the value, but I think the guy is still interested and doesn't really care about that. I think I had it listed for like $40 or $45. I don't know. I don't remember, but anyway. I'm going to take it over there and go meet him. This is the other bike I bought, I think last weekend when I was garage selling. I forgot to show it. I think I paid $10 on it. It's not worth much. It's like a Walmart Schwinn, but I could probably get like 25, 30 bucks out of it, something like that. So anyway, I need to go take this over there. All right, so I did sell the bike last night. I took it over to the gas station and the people met me. Like I said, I paid $10 for it. I was asking $45. And they gave me $50 for it. They liked it so much. So I ended up making $40 instead of the $35 I was going to make. So that's not too bad. Also, I had a sale overnight on eBay. So let me show that to you. I actually listed this last night right before I went to bed. And somewhere in the middle of the night, I heard my phone go cha-ching. And I kind of figured that's what this was. And then when I woke up this morning, I checked, and it is. All right, so it is the TI-89 calculator that I just bought. I think it was last week. Paid $5 for it. And like I said, I had the most recent calculator I sold, I think was another TI-89, but it did not have the battery cover on the back. I didn't realize that at the sale. They had it like this on the table and I forgot to look at that. That one sold real quick. I think it was like 35 bucks, something like that. It went pretty quick. So I knew this one could be good money. I figured, hey, this is probably, you know, $45, maybe $50. Well, I go to list it last night, and I'm looking at comps. Comps are like $59.95, $64.95, $70. They were way up there. So I decided to go high and see what happens. So I put it at $64.95. I don't even think I did a best offer on this one. I decided just to try that for a little bit. Hey, if I didn't get any action for a week, maybe I put a best offer on there. Well, it sold overnight for $64.95, and I paid $5 at a garage sale. So that's a really, really good flip. Every time I've ever sent one of these out, it's like $3-4 to send out. I just wrap it in a little bit of bubble wrap, and then I put it in a bubble mailer, and it is good to go. I've never had anyone complain about it getting broken or anything like that. So these are really easy to ship out, and they're worth good money. So definitely look for these TI-89 titanium calculators, and also look for the TI-84 calculators. They make different versions of those, silver and CE or something like that, but those are all really good money. Then the TI-83s are a little less. Those are like maybe 25 to 40, and then some of the others are a little worse than that. So the 84s and the 89s are pretty good. I've tried selling the 85 and 86. They were both, you know, 20, 30 bucks. So 84s and 89s seem to be where it's at. So anyway, I did do some garage selling today, so let me show you what I found. All right, check it out. This is the only thing I ended up finding at a garage sale today. It was worth reselling. So they were mostly a bust, but this thing was pretty cool. I got it at the second to last sale I went to, and he only had $15 on it. Nice little mid-century dresser, pretty simple. It looked really good redone. And even though it was $15, it had some issues. So you can see there's some veneer missing there. There's some about to go there. The corner up here. Some scratching. A big hunk of veneer gone there. And then just some scratches and stuff throughout. And I guess this side's okay, just some scratches. But anyway, it would really not be too hard to redo. If I had time, I'd probably even do it myself. Keep it real simple. I imagine paint the body white and then do the drawers in wood, maybe like light stain, dark stain, light stain, dark stain, light stain. You know, it's kind of something like that. Paint up the hardware, but I don't know. I'll let someone else do it. But anyway, so the guy was asking 15 bucks, and I was really picking at the bad spots, and I asked him if he would take 10, and he agreed. So I got it for 10 bucks. So I'm pretty sure I can get rid of this pretty quickly, probably today, possibly tomorrow, but it might actually go today if I do it cheap enough. So it's a little rough, it's gonna need work, so I might try starting at 65 bucks, something like that, see if that's good enough to go, and basically end up making somewhere between $55 or maybe $45 profit, depending on what someone offers. But I think if I try going 75 or 85, I don't know, I might end up sitting on it for a couple days, but I think 65 might be the price that makes it go. So anyway, that's what I'll try. Alright, so now it's Saturday, and I did some garage selling. I didn't find a whole lot of stuff, but before I show you, I need to actually go take this bike. Someone wants to buy it. And I showed it earlier. I don't remember if I said where I got it or how much, but I looked at my records, and I got it at Goodwill for 15. I was thinking I got it at a garage sale for 10, but I didn't. It was Goodwill for 15, which was too much because when I started messing with it, I realized the head tube is loose and it wiggles a lot. I didn't want to deal with trying to fix that on a little cheapo bike like this, so I just wanted to get rid of it. So for 15 bucks, I decided to go ahead and list it for 20, just get my money back, maybe make extra, or if someone wanted a better deal, I would just get my 15 back. Well, the guy interested is willing to pay the full 20, I believe, so that's pretty good. So now I need to go take it over real quick and sell it to him. Alright, well, I just got back. I sold the bike, so I made a whole $5 on that thing, but at least I got rid of it and got my money back. So now someone is coming to check out the two dressers here. These are the ones that I got at that garage sale for $80, which was a little too much. Well, actually a lot too much now thinking of it. And he had them sitting in grass. It was pretty tall grass. I didn't realize how rough the legs were. So, man, they're pretty bad. So, and this one got worse when I carried it home. It started peeling away. But anyway, I paid 80 bucks for it. I was hoping I could make or sell them for about 145 or something like that. Well, it didn't happen. I dropped the price down to 125 to just kind of get rid of them. So the person coming by to check it out in about 10 minutes or so, I believe is interested at 125. So that'd be a $45 profit if they actually sell. So hopefully they'll actually take them. Well, wouldn't you know it, the person backed out of buying the dresser today, so I'm not sure if they're ever going to come check it out or not. So anyway, let me show you what I got for a local sale today at a garage sale. And it's this big, I guess it's a chest or a trunk, I'm not really sure. I mean, you can see it's pretty scratched up, but that is a real wood top. And then it has a really cool kind of inlay pattern on the sides. But the main issue is that a lot of the veneer has gone down here, completely gone on the side there. And then this back panel I had to glue back in place. But the reason I got it is the lady was only asking 10 bucks. I talked her down to $5 on it. And there's a button right there. You press that button, open it up, and check it out. That is a cedar chest. So this thing should sell really well. The last cedar chest I had was in even worse shape than this, and it went quick. I did have it cheap, so man, I don't know. This one's pretty rough. I don't really know what the price is. That's like too high to scare people away, or the price that's going to make them all, you know, jump on it, and there's like 20 people asking about it. So I'm not really sure. I'll probably, because of how rough it is, probably ask somewhere around 50 or 60 and assume it'll probably go for like 40 or a little more than that. So anyway, what I gotta do now is go back over to the gas station and meet a guy for this Diamondback. And it was pretty good condition. It was at a garage sale for 25 bucks. I tried getting it for 15 and the guy wouldn't do it, but we agreed at 20. It's in really good shape. It's actually built pretty nicely. Only problem is the seat has a split, but oh well, no big deal. But it works fine. And anyway, I had it listed locally for 75 bucks. So if that guy buys it, that'll be a $55 profit because I got it for 20. So anyway, hopefully he likes it. So I need to go take it over there and see what he thinks. All right, so yesterday the person coming out to check out the two dressers and the person that was going to check out the bike, both of them did not show up, so I still have those. But today someone is coming out to check out this dresser. This is that cool little mid-century modern dresser I picked up at the garage sale. The guy was asking 15 on it, and I got it for 10 if I remember right. I decided to ask high on it, even though it does have a few chips and rough spots, but it's really not that bad. Some veneer missing there, and down here. Really not that bad though. Anyway, I got it for 10. I listed it for, I think, 75, hoping to get some pretty high offers. And several people asking about it, and then someone yesterday offered me 60 on it if they could come check it out last night. Well, just like the other dressers, they didn't show up, but today they said they're going to come. So hopefully they'll be here in about 10 minutes or so, and I can sell it to them for 60 and make 50 bucks off of it. So that's not too bad. All right, so the other person did come by and they bought the other dresser and they paid 60, so that was a $50 profit. Now someone's coming over for this set. Like I said, I paid 80, which is way too much. I have them listed for 125, so it's a $45 profit. I also forgot the day I picked these up, I got a free dresser and I sold it for 20. So I'm looking at it as I only have 60 in these, and I hopefully will sell them for about 120, 125, and basically double my money. So hopefully they show up in a few minutes and I can sell them and finally be done with them. They were not a very good purchase. All right, so the lady did come by. She checked out those dressers and she did buy them for the full asking price. And she couldn't fit them in her car both at the same time, so she had to make 2 trips. So it took her like an hour to come, you know, get them, go home, take the first set, come back, get the other, and finally go. But she got them all and I got paid, so that was pretty good. Okay, also, this weekend I did do some garage selling. I showed you the one local item I picked up, that chest, which by the way I already have listed. No one has asked about it, so I have it too high. But someone will eventually buy it. Okay, so I found a few things for eBay. Nothing real great. It was a pretty terrible weekend for garage sales. And anyway, let me show you what I got. I forgot to write all these down, so I'll just have to go through them. I guess I'll start here. First one here is a denim jacket. What I thought was interesting, what caught my eye, is the tag, Pepsi, all right? Nothing else is a Pepsi, size large. So then I look at it a little closer, and all the buttons are Pepsi logos. So I thought that was cool. So I was like, all right, so this is not just, you know, like a jacket that someone that maybe worked at Pepsi, maybe a Pepsi truck driver or something wore. This is like a giveaway thing. So I looked into it. Well, I take that back. At the garage sale, it was only $1.50. I decided to buy it. I figured it probably had some value. Then I got home and I looked into it. Not as great as I thought, but it's not too bad. The problem is that this one has some stains on it. There's this black mark on the sleeve, And then just some wear throughout. You can see the collar has some yellowing from age, sun damage, plus just like, you know, being worn and sweat and things like that. I did spray a lot of stain remover on it, and then I ran it through the wash, and it is better, but the value's not super great. They're like $20 to $30 plus shipping. I mean, it's not bad, especially for $1.50. It'd be all right. So hopefully it will actually sell. Although I'm sure there's others on eBay listed right now that have way better condition. And from what I understand, this was one of their promotional items where you turned in Pepsi points to get something, and apparently the jean denim jacket was one of the prizes you could get. So it's not like you could just go out and buy one. So I thought that was kind of cool, but it doesn't have like super great value. Okay, other items. I'll just show you these. This is part of a lot I got at this garage sale. I showed up, I walk in, it didn't look like a very good sale. Then I saw they had some video games. I thought, okay, that's interesting. And it was this really, it was like a girl probably high school, college age, and then probably her grandpa or maybe great grandpa. He was a pretty, you know, he was way older than her. And they're both sitting out in front of the garage, and all the stuff was in the garage. So I was looking around, and he kind of looked at me. He's like, "I'll sell you everything on that table for $2." And it was like a card table, folding card table, just full of VHS tapes, cassette tapes. There's some video games. So I said, "All right, I'll buy it all for $2." So then I went home and I sorted through it, and I'm just going to donate all the stuff I know absolutely has no value. Some of this does. It's not going to be this super amazing flip, but it's not too bad. Bunch of VHS tapes here. Most of them are no good. I'm keeping these right here because they are unused. If I eventually find any VCRs to go out, I can put a blank tape with them. That will help boost the value of those. This one I need to look into. I doubt it has any value. Reader's Digest, What Made America Laugh. More than likely has no value, and I might just end up donating it, but I'll look into it. And then there's a couple of blank tapes. They are both our local high school graduation, but this one's from 1991. This one is from 1987. So if I can get my VCR to work, I want to check them out just to kind of laugh, see if, you know, they have terrible hairstyles and stuff like that. Then I'll probably donate them. Okay, this did have some value though. This is Reader's Digest Great Battles of World War II. It's a 4-part VHS series, and 3 of the tapes are brand new unopened, and the first one is. So I looked into this. It does have some value. They were selling, I mean, it's not great. They were selling for about $15 plus shipping. So I could probably get about $15 out of it. So I'm considering that $1. I doubt these have any value either. And then also there's these video games. They are all Wii, which is, you know, maybe not that great. Plus the actual games themselves, none of them had good value, but what I'm going to try to do is sell them in lots. So these 3 are hunting games. We got Wii Pheasants Forever, Wing Shooter. We have Cabela's Big Game Hunter. By the way, this first one is still sealed new. And then we also have Bass Pro Shops The Hunt. I doubt any of these have more value than a couple of bucks each, but I'll put them all together, see if I can get about 10 bucks out of them. You know, maybe $13.95 for shipping, something like that. Okay, the other 4 here, this one has no case, but this is Nerf End Strike. I don't exactly know how this works, but I don't know if you have to have a Nerf blaster with it or what. Okay, we also have Wii Counterforce. This one did not have very good value. There's also Wii Resident Evil 4, which is interesting. This is definitely out there for a Wii game, you know, kind of violent and scary, which is not something you think of with Wii. But the value is not as great as I thought. And then also, this one is actually probably the most valuable game I had in there, and it is Wipeout. Alright, if you remember that show where everyone got hurt jumping on big inflatable balls and things like that, getting punched in the stomach. This had some, not great, but compared to all the other games, it was more. I don't know, it was like $10 or something like that. So I will put all 4 of these together, see if I can get maybe $15. Alright, so all these games I'm considering $1. Maybe get 20, 25 bucks. Get 15 out of that. Maybe I'll make $30, $35 off of my $2 purchase. So not super great, but I don't know. I thought I'd give it a try. Okay, the last 2 items I found. And you can see it's pretty sad. Not a very good week of garage selling. I got 2 shirts. These are actually pretty interesting. They're both Pendleton shirts, 100% wool. Pretty good condition. I think this is the one. Let me double check. One of them had a stain on the sleeve. Yeah, it's this one. You can't really see it. I bet it don't even show up on camera. It almost looks like a mustard stain right here, or maybe it's bleach or something. Kind of looks like mustard, but that's it. Everything else is fine. I don't see any holes in it. So this one's kind of a, you know, grayish and blue. And I got it for $2. And then of course this one is more teals and maroon. Same thing. Men's size large, 100% wool, very itchy. Definitely not my kind of thing, but I know that they have pretty good value. Again, I paid $2 for this. I looked them up, especially if I wait a little bit, I should be able to get somewhere around $20 to $30 out of those. Probably on average about $25 for those shirts. So it's actually not too bad. Spend $4 and maybe make about $50. That's pretty good. So it's probably not a good time to sell them right now. So I'll hold off just a little bit, wait till it starts to get a little cooler, and see where that goes. But I think, if I remember right, that is all I bought this weekend. And I only stayed in town. I could have gone further and went to more sales, but I decided this weekend it was kind of bad. I just come home early and I got a ton of stuff listed. I ended up selling some of that stuff I listed, so let me show you what sold. Alright, so here are all the items that sold. First one is a video game. Got it at a garage sale, I think like 2 weeks ago. And it was a sale where the lady said everything and all those toys in the box are free. I found this in there. It is for the Xbox. It's called Jade Empire. It was all complete in really good condition, actually. And anyway, for free, I took it. Hey, if it only sells for a couple bucks, whatever, I'll just see. And it sold for $11.95 for free shipping. So not super amazing, but not too bad for free. Okay, the next item that sold is this right here. This is a box of those old Garfield plush dolls. I think there are 7 or 8 of them. There's the one that's like a big window cling you put in your car. It's a little bit faded out. I don't know. There's one that looks like it's playing baseball. I don't know. All kinds of them. They're all about this size and they're all vintage. They're like 1978, 1980, somewhere around there. I got them at a garage sale. I paid 50 cents each. So in total, I think I was able to get them all for $3.50 because there's a little tiny one that I just got for free. And anyway, for $3.50, it was a pretty decent conversion. I 10 times my money. They sold for $34.95, and I ended up putting free shipping to get them to move. Maybe I should have put them at about, I don't know, 40 plus free shipping, but eventually someone bought them. I think they are going international somewhere because I'm shipping them to, I think somewhere in Oregon. That's some type of like, it's right on the coast, some type of company that bought it, and I'm assuming they're going to ship it off somewhere else. They were telling me I had to like write the eBay number on there and all kinds of stuff. So they also bought another item that sold. I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, it sold for $34.95 free shipping, and I had $3.50 in those. The Jade Empire, like I said, that game I had $0 in that. Okay, next thing it sold, I just listed over the weekend. This is the Excalibur electronic chess game. It might be a travel version because all the pieces are magnetic. I tested it out. It does work. All the pieces are there. This was free. This come in that box of $5 vintage musical instrument toys I got at a really cool garage sale. I don't know, a couple months ago now, maybe a month and a half, something like that. Paid $5. I have these 2 electronic guitars that are going to go for good money. I've already sold a keyboard out of there for like $16. I sold the little tiny banjo and micro jammer guitar. I just showed either this video or the last video. I don't know, what were those, like $16, $17, something like that. So I've already made my money back, so these are free, or this is free, and it sold for $19.95 plus shipping. All right, I thought I did free shipping, but I guess not. So it went for $19.95 plus $8.15 shipping, which is a total of $28.10. And I had $0 in it. It was free. It was in the bottom of the box. I didn't even know it was there when I got it. Okay. Next item it sold is another one I just listed this weekend. It is, I'll tell you what, I'll probably have to show you a picture because I have it packed in there, but this is a Jeep body, a remote control Jeep Grand Cherokee. I got it at a garage sale for free. They just gave it to me. And it's a new bright, you know, the little cheapo ones from the Walmart, but it's a pretty decent size. It's not the really big ones, but it's not a tiny one. And what people do is they take these thicker made bodies and they put them on the really expensive RC trucks that they build, and they put hundreds of dollars into them, and they use these little Walmart bodies and they repaint them and make them look old and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I got it for free. I took the chassis off, threw the chassis away, and just kept the body. It's going to be really light to ship out. And anyway, it sold for $29.95. I couldn't find any on there currently listed, so I just kind of guessed, and there was one kind of like it. It was a little bit older body style. Like this one's probably like a, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s. The other one I saw was probably like late 80s, early 90s looking Jeep. It sold for like 22 plus shipping, so I decided to go about 30 with free shipping, and it sold in like a day. So I probably had it a little too cheap. Next thing that sold, all right, is this. This is also going to that same company that bought the Garfields. It's on the coast of Oregon or whatever. It is the Xbox 360 Simpsons game. Got this for $1 at a garage sale. This one actually sold pretty well. Sold for $21.95 with free shipping. So I assume it's going to be $3 or $4 to ship out. Have $1 in it, so basically I have $5 in it. You know, I'll make under 15 after fees and all that kind of stuff. That's not too bad. It's about where I would want out of the video game. All right, and then the last item that sold is this right here. You know what? I'll show a picture of this as well. But this is a Coleman cooler, and if you see in the picture, this is a little Oscar. I don't remember the date. I'll have to look. I'm thinking it was, did I write it down? I don't know. Probably late 70s or super early 80s. Coleman cooler. They sell really well, but after shipping, it's not amazing. But every one of them I sold has sold at about $30 with free shipping. So, you know, after fees, after shipping, you make like between $10 and $15 on them. But they do sell pretty well. It seems like the end of summer is when they sell. Last year I sold 5 or 6 of them all within a month. Very end of summer, beginning of fall. This year I sold one a little while back, but now this one sold. I don't even think I have any more. I think I've sold them all, and they all went for about 30 bucks. I think one of them ended up having shipping. It went above that, so roughly around there. So they're not going to break. They're easy to ship, but they're kind of heavy, so they're always like 10, maybe more to ship. So I don't know. It's a pretty decent little find. They do sell. If you can find a whole bunch of them, really cheap. I got this one for $1. Yeah, $1 at a garage sale, and sold for 30 bucks. That's not too bad. But anyway, that's all the sales for the weekend. Nothing like super high end. My local sales were a little better, the dressers and all that kind of stuff. I still didn't do real well on them. I also sold a couple of, I sold a bike. There's people asking about other ones. So I don't know, it's just kind of a weird week, a little bit slow. I didn't find a lot of good stuff, but I did get a whole bunch of stuff listed, so that's pretty good. I'm starting to get caught up again. But anyway, if you like these videos, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. And leave a comment of what you think. And then if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. All right, whoops, the battery died. But anyway, what I was going to say is also I have really cool news. The channel here, Flippin' Dork, was remonetized by YouTube, which means I can now put ads on the videos. Now, it might be a little annoying, but it makes making the videos worthwhile. You get paid to do it, all right? It's not a whole lot. It's like a fraction of a cent per view. It's not very much at all. And but you know, it's a little extra something to make it kind of fun to put up the videos again. And anyway, I started the channel several years ago. It was just the second random channel off of my DIY Dork channel. DIY Dork was going to be highly focused on DIY. I didn't want to put any random stuff on there. I didn't want to do any vlog style videos or anything else besides just DIY, and make it super highly focused and really grow it, and it would become like a business. One time, not this past January, but January of 2017, I think, I was contacted by some TV producer guy that wanted to know if I wanted to do a DIY show. Real sketchy guy. I looked into him. I was creeped out. I told him no. But, you know, got contacted like that before. I got all kinds of emails from people wanting me to sponsor stuff. I did one of them with a high pressure washer. That was pretty cool. They actually sent that to me for free, and I showed how to distress wood with that. Then one time I got one, it was paint markers, or chalk markers off of Amazon, and I built like a chalkboard. The chalkboard was cool. We still have the markers, we use them, but like $10 or $15 worth of markers, you know, is not paying any kind of bill around here. All right, so then I also got contacted by companies that wanted me to promote a clothing line where I would go through and choose the clothing I thought was interesting and promote that to my audience. I wear cheap t-shirts. I don't care about clothing. They also wanted me to like promote makeup. Yeah, I'm the guy to promote makeup, you know, on my channel, showing how to redo furniture and wearing Crocs, you know, Crocs and torn up socks. Yeah, I'm the guy for that. But anyway, I got kind of burnt out on all that kind of stuff. So then I got into reselling because, you know, in the middle of winter, when it's 10 degrees outside, it is not fun to be standing out there, sanding on furniture, putting all this time into a piece, and you sell it, maybe make $100 profit. It was a little, you know, sales were going down. I needed to figure something else out. You kind of learn over time, if something's not working out, you got to change. So that's why I got into reselling. And it really took off. It's a lot of fun, even though this week was kind of slow. There's sometimes you hit home runs, like that helmet from a couple of weeks ago, paid $2, it sold for 400 something bucks. That's awesome. If you can find things like that, it makes it really worthwhile. And that's why I like putting these videos up. So anyway, I kept putting them up every week, eventually to meet YouTube's like bare minimum where they would remonetize. That was 1,000 viewers and a whole bunch of minutes watched, like 400,000 minutes or something like that. It was a crazy amount of time, but I eventually met that, and now they get remonetized. Now I doubt I'll make a whole lot off of these, so, you know, in the end of the month I might make, I don't know, $40 or something like that. It's probably not a lot, but at least it's something to kind of put in the time to make all the videos. And anyway, I just want to thank you all for subscribing and checking them out. Hope you like them. I know I keep these videos very basic. I just show what I buy and what I sell. That's it. I don't put a lot of personality into them. I'm not showing myself going out and, you know, going out to eat for lunch and a date night and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure people out there enjoy that with others, but that is not my channel. I'm just going to show you what I bought, what it sold, keep it real basic, and it seems to be working, so I'll just keep doing it. So anyway, thanks for checking out the videos.